Hey everybody, welcome back to my shop. Today we're going to be working on something where we're going to be joining two pieces of wood the same dimensions together. That meaning the same dimensions, meaning the same thickness. They're both 3/4 pieces of plywood that I'm going to be using as test pieces. This is just scrap, just to demonstrate here what we're going to be doing now. One of the ways that you can join these boards together and they'll add strength to the piece itself after the glue up is using dowels. Now, there is another way to do it, which I've done. You've seen me do it in the past when I'm gluing up like a tabletop or something like that. I'll use biscuits. Biscuits do not add any strength to the joint, but what they do is when you're lining up those boards for a tabletop, it does help you to get them even and align them easier in the clamps during the glue up. The dowels can also help you do that, but they do add some strength. So what we're going to do is we're going to get close up, bring in over here. We're going to take these two pieces. First, we'll work on running the dowels in there, joining with the dowels, and then we're going to flip it around. We'll use the other side, and we'll run some biscuits in there, and I'll show you how it's done. And it's very easy, both easy methods. I'm not endorsing any one of these tools here, just happen to have them on hand. We're just going to, go through the joinery so that you can see what better options that you have for what you're doing. Now, if like I said, gluing up a tabletop, I'll use biscuits. If I had a domino joiner, I'd definitely use a domino joiner, but unless Festool is going to endorse me and give me a domino joiner that's over $1,000, probably not going to be using that anytime soon. All right, so let's get started. Let's get close up here. I'll show you how to mark the boards, how to get it lined up, and how to do the joinery. Okay, guys, so here we are. We got the two pieces of plywood that we're going to be using for this. First, we'll go with the dowels. We're going to be joining them together like that. You line them up like that. The dowels are going to be sitting in there like that, and it's just for demonstration purposes. If I was going to actually do this and make a real joint for a piece of furniture, the boards would be more like 2.5 inches or 2 1/4 inches thick. This is just for demonstration because I have them on hand, these pieces of scrap, and I don't want to waste any good material. First thing we're going to do, we line them up, get them edge to edge. Easiest way to do it, use a square. Get them exactly parallel where you need them to be. And then you take a pencil. Now, we don't have to be, so finicky with this and perfect because, this is for demonstration purposes. But what we want to do is we want to make a line right across both pieces where we're going to use the machine. We're going to line up the plate just like a biscuit joiner. We're going to line up the plate with that mark. And we'll get this board, we line up the plate with that mark, and then we drill our holes. And we put the dowels in our holes and we join the pieces together. Let's move both off to the side. And now that we have our marks, we can set up the tool. Okay, now what I've done is clamp the pieces to my workbench, and I'm going to be drilling out the dowel holes for the first piece. Then I'm going to do the second piece, and then we're going to join them together. So first thing I'm going to do is put the machine on here just like a biscuit joiner, and I'm going to treat it just like a biscuit joiner. I'm going to line it up with my marks. I'm going to hold down on the plate, and I'm going to plunge into the material when the drill bits come up to speed. I'm just going to unclamp everything. Now, there's many jigs out there you can use. They have doweling jigs. You can drill it out by hand. Beadlock systems, there's domino systems. They're all very good in their own respect. So now you have your holes there. You have your matching holes there. You put some glue on the dowel, put it into the holes. Sometimes they're a little tight. That's all right. And you match it up. And join the pieces together, and there you have a perfect joint, and you have strength once you add the glue because those dowels are across both pieces, giving it that strength. And if they were thinner pieces that I would normally use for a piece of furniture, then this would add much greater strength. But since it's a wide piece, I have nothing on the ends of either side over here, so you can see that the joint does open up a little bit, but you can fix that easily by, having a thinner strip. You also could add more holes and make more dowels if you did have a big piece like this. Say that you were doing like a door. They also have different drill bits, and you can use thicker dowels as well. So now that that's done, we're gonna take that apart, and you can see that the joint is very much stronger than a biscuit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this side and the opposite side, and we're gonna use the biscuit joiner. So I'll just take this piece over here like this, and just like we did there, we're going to mark it right in the center here on both pieces. Now with the biscuit joiner, it's actually cutting less because the cutter head, I don't know if you can see this on camera, the cutter head just comes out a little bit depending on how you set the biscuits. I have this set for a 20, number 20 biscuit. And the theory behind this is that when you make the biscuit slots on both sides, you put glue in the slot and a little bit on the biscuit, put it in there, and when you join it together, and then what happens is the water-based glue, the water of the glue will soak up into the biscuit and swell it up in the joint. And it will make a nice tight fitting joint, but it won't add strength. The glue itself is what the strength of the joint is. Okay, so now we've marked the piece the same way we did for the dowel joiner. Just line it up and make a mark in the same manner right across both pieces. And now that I have that, I don't have to really clamp these pieces down because of the fact that the biscuit joiner is much less of a cut and very smooth operating and easier to use. It doesn't plunge in as far. So in the same way that we did with the dowel joiner, we're going to line up our mark here on the plate, plunge in and make the cut. So you can see what that makes, like a half moon cut. And the adjoining piece. And now you see both pieces there. What you would do is take the glue, put the glue in the slot, glue on the biscuit. You would put this in the slot, and what happens here is you got a little wiggle room also. You can adjust it. So once you put the glue there and the glue on this side and you make the joint, you're able to slide it around if your marks don't line up. Whereas the doweler, you won't have that option. Just to show you. So now you can move it around as you clamp it. Clamp the piece in, and now you have a nice tight fitting joint, and it's very level, and a little bit of sanding required for both of these joints, but that's just normal with any joint that you make. But unlike the dowels, the biscuit has no strength to it whatsoever. So even when the glue is in there and it swells up and it does make a tight fitting joint, it's still not going to give you the strength that you're looking for. If you were building a door, I wouldn't recommend using biscuits. Dominoes, dowel joints, mortise and tenon, best ways to do it. All right, guys, so that's it for this quick video. Just, some questions on joinery that I got in the past, and I'm answering them. Hopefully I answered the question, and I hope that you guys get something out of this, and I hope that you use these techniques that I'm showing you in your woodworking. And Thursday is Thanksgiving, so I hope everybody has a healthy, happy Thanksgiving. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you click that picture of the notification bell that's down at the screen. That'll notify you every time I upload a video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. There'll be a link below also on the video. And I'll see you guys next time. We have a lot of projects coming up. And one of the reasons that I'm showing you this actually is with the dowels in general is because I'm going to be building a doggy gate for my family room into the hallway or corridor, whatever you want to call it. Gate needs to be between the two walls. I have a very large opening there, so I'm going to have a gate with slats on both sides, and that's going to be a permanent gate. That's going to be screwed into the wall and not be able to move. And the middle is going to be a nice barn door style swinging door with the hinge with a spring on it and everything, and it's going to be a really cool video. And those slats are going to be sitting, because I still want the dogs to be able to see through the gate. So the slats are going to be sitting like this, so you'll have like the top of the gate running across and the bottom of the gate running across like that, and every so often there will be a slat with dogs be able to see through it. And we'll have that solid barn door style middle. So really cool, project to do. But the way I'm going to join all those slats in between the top and bottom rails of the gate are all going to be by dowels, because it's going to be a lot quicker to do that than to do mortise and tenon joinery. And the spacing will be a lot easier also. All right, guys, so just like I said, make sure you subscribe. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys next time.